Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeex. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using all of the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. Ladies and gentle fellas, welcome to another episode of the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, and this time it's coming to the end of 2003 with Dark Crisis. No tournament pack this time. The next tournament pack I think is actually quite a while away in tournament pack 5, but nothing to worry about that this time. Today we're diving into Dark Crisis, which is an interesting set, I guess you could say, but without further ado, as always, I'll try to keep it clear and concise. Timestamps will be in the description, and let's see what we're working with. Right off the bat, Vampire Lord is a level 5, so a tribute summonable monster with 2 key attack that keeps recurring if it's removed by an effect, so something maybe consider. The bleed effect doesn't really matter. Then Battle Footballer, a level 4, 21,000 defense monster with even 1,000 attack, which is actually, because of a card in this set, going to be relevant, but that is the best wall that we have access to. Then the whole Guardian archetype as well as their respective equips make their debut. All of these can only be summoned if you control their specific equip, which is probably where we're not going to see them, I would assume. Cyber Raider, when it's summoned, you can either equip card on the field on Cyber Raider or destroy it, which, because of a couple of cards, might be relevant, so this will be a pretty decent side deck card at least. Reflect Bounder, 1700 attack. Before damage calculation, if this card is being attacked by an opponent's monster and was in attack position at the start of the damage, that you burn your opponent for the attack of the attacking monster. But after damage calculation, this is always destroyed, so you can just run into it with a small thing and it'll blow up. Then just a bunch of weird stuff. Dark Flare Knight, actually, and therefore Mirage Knight as well, actually a pretty good one. And due to the rule, also because of the rules thing, since Dark Flare Knight needs a Flame Swordsman, we are also allowed to obviously play the materials for Flame Swordsman. But there is no way for us to bring this thing out still in the set, since we have no access to polymerization or other fusions. Exodia Necros, not really relevant, but it does give you access to Exodia, and there is another card in the set that might make that a little bit more intriguing. DD Warrior Lady, one of the better cards in the set. It's just an out to basically any monster, because after damage calculation when this card battles an opponent's monster, you can choose to banish that monster and this card. So you can run it into basically anything and remove it, and importantly, this doesn't target as well either. Then just ritual stuff. Contribute Exodia is how you summon. Summon Exodia Necros, sorry. Alma is here, but we have no way of looping it, so it's just a recurring 300 boost, which isn't very relevant. The best thing here, probably Gravity Axe, a Growl, equip monster against 500 attack, and once your opponent controls cannot change their battle positions. Probably the best one out of the Guardian ones. Kaiast is interesting, but there's no real spell removal, so not gonna be that that's relevant, sorry. Then just a bunch of equip support, because we have the Guardians here. A different dimension gate is interesting. It's a continuous spell that targets one monster on each field and banishes those targets, and then when it's popped, it gets sent to the graveyard. But or sorry, destroyed and sent to the graveyard, then you return those in same positions. But interestingly enough, there is no back row removal whatsoever in this set, no matter what you're doing. So this is just a banish one of your opponents. Final attack orders is what makes the Battle Footballer less good, since it's a continuous trap that sets all face-up monsters on the field to attack position, and they can't be changed out of that. And like we established, there's no back row removal, so once you flip it up, everything face up has to be in attack position. Stone Sheet Defender, Ojama Trio, these all contribute to dealing a lot of damage. Stone Sheet Defender, when your opponent declares an attack, you select one of your monster, and then your opponent can't attack anything else but that monster and has to select it as an attack target with all the face-up monsters. Ojama Trio with final attack orders, obviously it means 3-0 attack monsters that then get destroyed, take full battle damage and 300 burn damage on top. Skill Drain makes its debut here, which, if you play modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, a very powerful floodgate. Kaiser Glider, also a very good tribute summon. One tribute cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster that has the same attack as this one. Doesn't have to be the original either. And if it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target a monster in the field and bounce it back. So it even does something when it gets sent. Interdimensional Metal Transporter is basically protection. One of your face-up monsters, you get to banish it until the end phase, which is actually pretty good because we have, in addition to Vampire Lord, which is decent since it recurs itself, and Kaiser Glide, which is actually very good. You, with Interdimensional Matter Transporter, as long as you have one monster, you have basically guaranteed access to a tribute. Gaga Gigo 1850, one of the better beaters here. DD Trainer, 2k wall, but importantly enough for final attack orders, has only 100 attack. And then we get to one of the more interesting aspects. In addition to having like basically the rest of the Dark Scorpion stuff in the set, we have Archfiends as an archetype making their debut. Archfiend solo is just a 19k vanilla, and Pandemonium Watchbearer, when it's face up on your side of the field, Pandemonium on your side of the field cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And Pandemonium is the Archfiend field spell that we'll get to later, but obviously, as we established, there's no way to pop spells or traps, so don't have to worry about that. Good boy Maron, unfortunately not a very good one. And then we get to the meat of it, so the Archfiend stuff. I think we'll probably end up seeing Archfiends to a certain degree, and that's why I don't really want to go too into them, but all of them have their own specific effects and their own like gimmick, so to say, is, well, first of all, during your standby phase, they have a maintenance cost in life points. That is not optional. You can't elect to not pay it and send them to the grave. You must pay the life points. And then when they get targeted, you roll a die, and depending on which monster is, like for example, a Wild Fiend, if you roll a 3, it doesn't get popped. Same with Shadow Knight. Dark Bishop gives it for all of your Archfiend monsters, and it's a 1, 3, and 6. Deathstroke is also 3. Infernal Queen is 2 or 5. Terror King Archfiend is also 2 or 5. And then School Archfiend of Lightning, the best tribute summon in the set, is a level 6, 25k beater, basically a summoned skull that also has the maintenance cost of Archfiends at 500. And then when it gets targeted, 1, 3, or 6, and the targeting card gets destroyed and doesn't work. Tsukuyomi, probably the best spirit monster, at least at the very like top of the spirit monster chart in the game. Does a Book of Moon effect when it gets normal summoned or flipped face up, so you can even set this, and then when it gets flipped you get the Book of Moon. And during the end phase of the turn that this guy's normal summoned or flipped fade up, it gets returned to the field as with all spirit monsters. Then we have the original Ishizu cards, very far from what we get in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And if it wasn't enough for you to be rolling die with Archfiends Dark Master Zork basically is a very big blowout to somebody when you roll the die. Dragna do the grave. Both players reveal their hands and choose a card from the others to hand to discard and then draw back. So nice way to get some information with what your opponent is working with. And then probably the biggest reason to be playing Archfiend in the first place, which is why I also think that we are probably going to be seeing them this episode, is Falling Down, an equipped spell that is basically a snatch steal. So you target an opponent's monster, equip this to it, take control of it, and then unless you control an Archfiend card, this gets destroyed. And during each of your opponent's standby phases, you take 800 damage. Then, what I was alluding to earlier with the Exodia win con, we also have Final Countdown here, so you can go for a double specific win con. And here's Pandemonium, the field spell for Archfiends. Neither player has to play life points during standby phase for Archfiend monster. Interestingly enough, or importantly enough, Falling Down doesn't count as an Archfiend card, and this also specifies a monster, so you still have to pay the cost for that. And then when an Archfiend monster is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, except by battle, the owner can add a Archfiend monster from the deck to the hand with a lower level than the monster that was destroyed. Then just a bunch of interesting stuff, let's say that much. Archfiend, you roar 500 life points, it targets one Archfiend monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but it can't be tributed, and it's destroyed during the end phase of this turn. Still a pretty good card. Sakuretsu Arbor, one of the more powerful cards in the set, if not the most powerful. When an opponent monster declares an attack, you target the attacking monster and destroy it. So unfortunately, since we are in the Archfiend set, this does target, but it's still very powerful. And the final card that I want to actually highlight, because as I said, like, we have 3 actually playable tribute summons. Vampire Lord is like, it's on the brink, but Kaiser Glider and Archfiend of Lightning for sure are very good. And Blast Held by Tribute, when an opponent monster that was tribute summoned, they don't even have to be the ones that tribute summoned it. So let's say Jeex has a Archfiend of Lightning that I then take with Falling Down, and then I declare an attack. If it has a Blast Held by a Tribute, he can still pop it with this. And importantly enough, this also doesn't target. So this just destroys as many phase of attack position monsters they control, and then deal 1000 burn damage, which also can be very relevant since we are in a set with a lot of life costs. So yeah, pretty interesting set. Definitely feels like it's a lot lower power than what we've been dealing with lately, but maybe that'll be interesting for a change. We will see, but yeah. That's been the set breakdown, and let's see what we can come up with from these cards. So I will see you all in the deck breakdown. Peace.
Okay, so Dark Crisis. I have nothing to say for this set. Dark Crisis is a oddly underpowered set in the sense that it has cards such as the Warrior Lady and Skull Archfiend of Lightning, and even Different Dimension Gate, Sakuretsu Charmer, and Skill Drain, but it still somehow lacks any actual power cards. Because the cards that you need to go into Skull Archfiend of Lightning are completely negated by other cards such as Final Attack Orders, completely dumpstering on all defensive monsters in the set, and Falling Down also then completely dumpstering on Skull Archfiend if you have stuff like Skill Drain on the field. Okay, we're gonna break this down one by one. Cyber Raider is in here specifically for one reason, and it's to deal with Falling Down. Falling Down seems like it will be a core card in this whole set of games, simply because of the fact that it allows you to remove an Archfiend effectively. DD Warrior Lady is, well, if you've played Yu-Gi-Oh! At all, the ability to remove a card without targeting and without destroying it is genuinely probably the strongest form of removal. This isn't even the strongest version of this card either, but like, the way this card works is that if you ram your Skull Archfiend of Lightning into it, which has like targeting protection, and your opponent just goes like, nah, I don't like your Skull Archfiend of Lightning, I'm gonna just banish your Skull Archfiend of Lightning and my DD Warrior Lady, and you just lose a card You go 1 for 1, but you lost a card that's not supposed to be lost to like Sacred Armors, to Falling Downs, or other similar effects. Then we have Deathstroke Archfiend. Deathstroke Archfiend is here mostly because of the fact that it supports Terror King Archfiend and will allow you to resummon it. I don't know if it's actually good, but the other options are even worse. It has 1800 defense, which makes it decent as a wall, although every single card in this set will beat over it, other than like DD Warrior Lady, so it doesn't matter even. Now, the main effect that it has is if a Terror King Archfiend is destroyed and sent into the graveyard, by any effect that is, any effect or attack or any similar case, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, then target one Terror King Archfiend in your graveyard and special summon it. So it effectively lets you resummon the Terror King Archfiend which you lost, which is honestly a pretty good deal considering the fact that you normally can't get this card back out that easily. And while sure it's just a 2k beater that has a limitation, it also has a solid protection effect, and it also prevents stuff like DD Warrior Lady from popping. I did not even realize that until just now, but yeah. Then we have Sasuke Samurai 2. Sasuke Samurai 2 is a tech card mostly to prevent cards like Sacred Armor from being played or stuff like Final Attack Orders being played. That's about it. Then we have Shadow Knight Archfiend. Shadow Knight Archfiend is a 2k beater that has... sorry, I should probably preface this by saying all Archfiends have a maintenance cost, and the maintenance cost is like from 500 life points to 900 life points. And while I don't think that'll play much of a part in the set, it could end up like making or breaking an entire match if you lose too much life to your self burn. But yeah, it has the highest maintenance cost of all Archfiends because it's a level 4 2k beater that has no other requirements. It also has a protection effect that says if you roll a 3, you can negate any effect that targets it. It also has all battle damage that it deals. Then we have Skull Archfiend of Lightning, which I think is going to be the linchpin of this entire set along with Falling Down and Skill Drain. I imagine that this card will be the win con outright. Like maybe a faster beatdown strategy could work, but Skull Archfiend of Lightning allowing you to just have a arguably impenetrable wall, because there's no other card in this set that can deal with it. There's Tsukuyomi, and there's Tsukuyomi, and there was one other card that I don't remember anymore. Oh yeah, it's a different dimension gate. This thing, you'll have a 50% chance of whiffing with this. And with Final Attack, not Final, Tsukuyomi has the same thing too. So both of the ways that you can, and Sakura Charm, of course, all the ways you have of dealing with Skull Archfiend of Lightning are stuff that it deals with its own effect. You can't target it easily, and if you do target it, you have a 50%, or you can't get through easily, is what I'm saying. Like, you have a 50% chance of whiffing entirely and losing a card, and that sucks ass. The only way of dealing with it is DD Warrior Lady, like outright. If you don't have a DD Warrior Lady, you might just get completely dumpstered. Another one would be having Drag Down into the Grave, because there's Archfiend's Roar. You can then reuse the Skull Archfiend of Lightning for a fast push. If your opponent is burning a lot of life points using the maintenance cost for Archfiends, you can use this card eventually with the Skull Archfiend of Lightning that was sent to the grave using Drag Down into the Grave to then set up a kill turn. And I think that might play a part in the set. We'll have to pay a lot of attention to that. But yeah, it's basically just a 1 tribute monster with 2.5k attack that has a maintenance cost and the ability to destroy a card that targets it and negate its effects. Then we have Terror King Archfiend, which is a weird kind of Archfiend. I don't think this card is good. I think if this card said you could special summon this card if you control an Archfiend monster, and it could not be normal summoned, I think this card could be good, like legitimately good. Like, not as great as Kizan is, but like in comparison to everything else, that would be a good Archfiend. Like, you would play 3 of this in like every other Archfiend deck, I feel. But yeah, Terror King Archfiend, not 3 of, 2 of. Right now I'm playing 3 of because it's the biggest and the best, simply because of the fact that I have way too many Archfiends in the deck. So yeah, 800 maintenance cost and a 1 in 3 chance to negate a spell, not a spell effect, a monster effect, a spell effect, or a trap effect that targets it. So again, Falling Down, different dimension gates, Sacred Armor. You got it now. And then we have Archfiend Soldier, a 1.9 Kebira. Once again, Lejin is getting beat the fuck up. This is a Gemini elf on steroids, effectively. Then we have Gaga Gigot, which is a bit weaker of a Gemini elf, but it's a 1.850 attacker, which still swings over DD Warrior Lady, Desrook Archfiend, Cyber Raider, and a bunch of other similar cards that you might be playing this set. Different Dimension Gate. Different Dimension Gate is a pretty odd removal card. It says you target one card on each field, one monster on each field, and banish them. And as long as this card is on the field, those cards remain banished. So if you remove this card, then you get both of those cards back. Now the problem is, it's like a 2-for-1, and going 2-for-1 for anything that isn't Terror King Archfiend or Skull Archfiend is kind of bad. And on top of that, you have a 50% chance of whiffing, so you're just gonna go -1. Drag Down into the Grave. Now this card is kind of iconic for Dark Worlds. It has the effect of both players reveal their hands, and each player chooses a card from their opponent's hand, and they discard the chosen cards, and then both players draw one. This card is really cool. I really like the interaction of cards that reveal other players' hands, especially because like this doesn't just make your opponent outright go -1. Or like, yeah, you can't just play this and you make your opponent go -1, because you also reveal your hand and you discard a card, so you go -1 effectively as well. It's good, I like that. And then we have Falling Down, which I said is probably gonna be really good for the set. I'm not entirely sure if the destroy this card unless you control an Archfiend card is something that will happen. Like, I don't know if that's a state-based action or if it's an effect. Like, if it's a state-based action in the sense that it happens regardless of if the card has completely resolved, or if it waits to see if that card has resolved before it happens. I don't know. It's like playing a card that has 0/0 power and toughness in MTG. That card will not stay on the field for long enough to have any effects interact with it. It will leave the field as soon as it hits 0. That's a state-based action. I don't know if this is a similar case, but we'll discuss that with Weebfox during the episode probably. So, Falling Down's effect: activate this card by targeting one card on your opponent's side of the field. Equip this card to take control of it, and destroy this card unless you control an Archfiend card. Now the way that that's worded would imply you activate it, you resolve it by equipping it, and you control that card. So if it's an Archfiend card, you would have it on your side of the field by the time you check for does this card get destroyed. But it might be that the destroy this card unless you control an Archfiend card is like a piece of rules text that gets added to it rather than an effect. So, and after that you have a during each of your opponent's standby phase you take 800 damage. Once again, a lot of maintenance costs, like way too much maintenance costs actually. Then we have the other card in the deck, which is Grarl. Grarl is here mostly for the simple fact that I can swing with Terror King Archfiend into like Skull Archfiend and use that to trade. And then use like Desrook Archfiend to summon Terror King Archfiend back and then swing with that for maybe game. I don't know. Pandemonium. Pandemonium is the Archfiend's field spell, which says you just don't pay the maintenance cost for Archfiend monsters. And when an Archfiend monster is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, except by battle, its owner can add one Archfiend monster from their deck to their hand with a lower level than the destroyed card. So for example, let's say you use Sakuretsu Armor on a Terror King Archfiend or a Shadow Knight Archfiend or whatever the fuck. You'll get to resolve Pandemonium's second effect, which allows you to search for an Archfiend that's like level 3. So for example, you could search for Desrook Archfiends using any of the other Archfiends that aren't Skull Archfiend. And then if Skull Archfiend dies, you get Terror King or Shadow Knight or Archfiend Soldier. It's really good. I think Pandemonium can be really good in this, and I'll be interested to see how that plays out. Because this is like the first time we've had a really powerful searching effect that isn't like Sangdan or Elemental 1500 tutors. Then we have Archfiend's Roar, which is a like not quite an archetypal monster reborn. You pay 500 life points and target one Archfiend monster in your graveyard and special summon it, and it cannot be tributed this turn, or it cannot be tributed turn. And also it is destroyed during the end phase of this turn. That's a bit weird way to word that, but yeah. So it dies at the end phase regardless of what happens, and you can't tribute it. So it's specifically for pushing for damage. I imagine this card can see like an explosive, maybe even turn 3 finish, like if you go really hard. It's like if you go wide and you drag down into the grave to set up the graveyard. Then you have Final Attack Orders. Now this set has a couple of really strong defensive monsters. DD Trainer, I think Soul Tiger. No, Soul Tiger might be in the next set. I'm gonna double check that real quick. Let me see. They're all normal monsters, so it's easy to see. Normal monster. Yeah, oh yeah, Battle Football. We have Battle Footballer and DD Trainer. These two cards. This is a 2.1k wall, and that's really big. Like, we haven't really seen 2.1k walls yet, but I'd imagine that this card can be kind of a menace. And overall, I'd imagine that neither of us are gonna be playing like high defense monsters, simply because of the fact that they have low attack because of Final Attack Orders. Final Attack Orders says all face-up monsters on the field are changed to attack position and their battle positions cannot be changed. I think this card is kind of defining for how we're going to be playing this set. So it'll be interesting to see how this card and this card play together. Ojama Trio says special summon 3 Ojama tokens. Beast type light level 2 at 0 attack, 1000 defense. To your opponent's side on the field, in defense position, they cannot be attributed for a tribute summon, and each time one is destroyed, its controller takes 300 damage. Now, what this basically enables you to do is pop Ojama Trio, then pop Final Attack Orders, and have your opponent like have 3 monsters that will just deal damage to them, while also possibly clogging their field entirely. Like if you play it right and you have the two of these and you destroy one and you fill with the it can be really annoying. And then we have Sakura to Armor. Sakura to Armor is a kind of iconic card in the sense that it just used to be one that people played a lot. Like you could get this so easily. You will always have like 3 of them. And its effect is simple. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster and destroy that target. Back in the day, this used to just say destroy the attacking monster, which made like ruling this card annoying because people wouldn't understand that a card that does this effect targets, like it just says destroy the attacking monster. Like, what do you mean? There's one card that's attacking, it's in the state of attacking. What other cards could it possibly be referring to? So of course it doesn't target, right? Nowadays, because they're really a lot better about that, it's not that much of a hassle anymore. But yeah, back in like the early 2010s, 2012, give or take 2013 maybe, like Dimensional Prison, I think it's Dimensional Prison, right? I can't type right now. Oh, is it Dimensional Prison actually? Yeah. This card used to also say banish the attacking monster, which made ruling that card even worse, because banishing a card without targeting is kind of strong. So people would obviously think it doesn't target. So then we have a card that a lot of people probably know what it does, and it's Skill Drain. Skill Drain has the simple effect of activate this card by paying 1000 life points, negate the effects of all face-up monsters while they're face-up on the field, but the effects can still be activated. So basically, it just shits on effect monsters. It'll also enable you to not pay for maintenance costs. By paying 1000 life points once, you'll never have to pay for maintenance costs, and it'll also allow you to deal with targeting protection from Skull Archfiend, for example. And then we have the side deck. The side deck has Cyber Raiders in it because if falling down is really common, or Weebfox happens to be playing Guardians or something, I think Cyber Raider will be really good. I have a 3rd copy of DD Warrior Lady if it turns out he's playing like Skull Archfiend Turbo or something, and that'll allow me to deal with it fairly easily. And I have 2 copies of Sasuke Samurai for a similar reason as Cyber Raider, but like more in the sense that if he's playing something that I completely missed out on, that would completely shit on me during my turn, Sasuke Samurai will basically prevent that from happening. Then we have Skull Archfiend Lightning again. Like, that's a 3rd copy of it, simply because of the fact that if I need to have more offensive capabilities, I'll have this here. Then we have 2 copies of Different Dimension Gate. Different Dimension Gate is here again for the fact that if I need more removal, and I will decide that, or if he's not playing Archfiends, I'll probably go for this. And 3rd copy of Drag Down in the Grave. Final Countdown. Now, Final Countdown is a notorious card as well. The simple effect of pay 2000 life points after 20 turns have passed. After you activate this card, counting the turn you activate this card as the first, you win the duel. No one likes this card. There are people that play this card, but no one likes this card. And if you say you like this card, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. You don't actually like this card. You just like making people feel bad. Man, I hate Final Countdown, dude. The Pandemonium, Archfiends Roar, and basically everything else is just a third copy of a card. And that about does it. I don't think there's much to be said for this set. I feel like the next set, Invasion of Chaos, will be more interesting simply because of the fact that that has the Chaos monsters in it, like Chaos Emperor Dragon, DMAC, and Black Luster Soldier. I'm really excited to see how that turns out. So, good luck with the games.
Alright. And here's what we have come up with, guys and gals. So, okay, I'm playing. This is something that I added a few cards in just because I didn't know what to do with it anymore. I'll be honest. Like, I had a deck that had 37 cards, and then I didn't know what to do with it. I threw in a Feral Imp, a Growl, and a Staunch Defender in the main deck. And just wanted to show this because I think it's interesting. But yeah, that was what I was planning on doing initially. Then I figured there aren't enough interesting cards to play, so this is the second build that I actually came up with, and I think this will be what we are playing in the episode. So let's go through the card by card. So first and foremost, let's actually start with the Archfiend package. So for our tribute summon, we are playing 3 Skull Archfiend of Lightning just because it's the best thing. I still think because this set has like stuff like I have it inside, yeah. Interdimensional matter transported that can guarantee you get into tribute summons, and I think we have cool and good enough tribute summons, so I just have 1 Kaiser Glider, 1 Vampire Lord in my side if I want to showcase those. And then for the rest of the Archfiends, we are playing 3 Terror King Archfiend, 3 Shadow Knight Archfiend, and 3 Dash Rogues. So these are just the biggest, best things. Terror King is 2k, and it has 2 different numbers it can roll to not die, and then it negates the effects of effect monster destroyed by battle with it. And Shadow Knight is just the next best thing. It has a pretty steep maintenance cost and only 1 protection, and also all the battle damage that you inflict with your opponent to your opponent. Sorry, I can't speak. With this card is halved, but it's still a normal summon over 2k, and importantly enough, we need to have an Archfiend monster in order to summon Terror King Archfiend. We can still set it, but you do not want to be setting Terror King Archfiend. Deathstroke I just doing because I wanted more Archfiends to guarantee that we have something for Terror King, and also it's 18k, which is decent, and it has an effect where if Terror King Archfiend you control, when Terror King Archfiend you control is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, and it doesn't matter if it's by battle or effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard and then target the Terror King. So it's a 1, so it can miss timing, which sucks, but still it's decent. And also, importantly enough, it's a level 3, so it gives us something to add to our hand with Pandemonium, which is our field spell for Archfiends. Finally, we are running 3 Archfiend Soldier in the side deck because it's a big beater, and it's still an Archfiend name, so although it doesn't have an effect, it's still pretty good. As for the rest of the monsters in the main deck, we're obviously running 3 DD Warrior Lady. This is just incredible. It can basically remove any monster, obviously at the cost of it itself, but essentially, as long as you can get an attack off, which Sakura's you unfortunately can't, this still acts like a Exile Force, which is pretty damn good. Then we have 3 Tsukiyomi. It's a walking Book of Moon, which is really powerful, especially here when I don't know if Jeex is going to be on Archfiend necessarily, but even if he isn't, I would assume he's playing some amount of Skull Archfiend of Lightning, which has very low defense at 1200 So obviously it has a 50-50 chance of dodging the effect of Tsukiyomi, but if we can set it with Tsukiyomi and have basically any of our decent beaters all on the board, we can then just swing over it, and that's like one of the better ways of getting rid of it. And as for our final monster, we are playing 2 Battle Footballer, where you have the third one in the side. It is a 2100 wall, but one of the reasons that I even scrapped my old deck, the version of the deck, was this final attack orders. So there's no way of removing this, so when it hits the field, it is just there, and DD, whatever the card was, it was DD something, the 2k wall, not survivor. I'm sorry, I'm blanking. A DD trainer it has 100 attack. So with final attack orders on the field, it feels really bad, so that's why we're only playing the 2. But I feel like still, if you can find this turn 1, your opponent doesn't have final attack orders, then it's very good. Especially if we open School Archfiend of Lightning and Battle Footballer, then there's almost a guarantee that we get really like fast into our School Archfiend of Lightning. I guess I'll go through the rest of the trap lineup as well. We are running, interestingly enough, we are running almost everything at 2 copies. Then we have the third copies of those cards in this side. I just couldn't really decide on like what the actual cards I wanted to play. So I figured like, at least for game 1, let's just go with 2-2-2-2 and see how everything performs. But for the rest of our trios, we have 2 Blast helped by a Tribute. Once again, like there are so many good Tribute monsters here, so we're likely to see at least some, and this is the best way of getting rid of School Archfiend, since it doesn't target. Staunch Defender, if we can establish something like School Archfiend or anything other big, and especially if we manage to give Jeex Ojama Trio and have final attack orders, that's basically just going to be game right there, because he's going to take so much damage. So this is just our pretty much a win more card, but still like one of our definitely better win cons, as well as pushing advantage. Ojama Trio is here because of final attack orders. We can combine it to deal lots of damage. And then for our final trap, obviously 3 Sakuretsu armor. It's just basically the best removal we have in the set. Then we are also playing 3 Falling Down. This is basically the reason we are playing the whole Archfiend package, so we can actually use this card. It's basically just a poor man's Snatch Steal at that point, which is still really powerful. Obviously an equip targets, but if we manage to win the 50-50 and get Jeex's School Archfiend with this, it's insane. And importantly enough, you can activate this and resolve the whole effect without controlling an Archfiend card. So if we steal something like Terror King or School Archfiend with this, it then doesn't actually pop itself, because after that we actually control an Archfiend. So it's very cool in that way. And finally, for the final card in our main deck, we have 3 Dragged Down into the Grave. This is just our way of like fixing our hand, while also making sure that we know what Jeex has going on. And yeah, I don't know what else to really say about it. Most of the side deck we already covered, but stuff that I didn't talk about is 3 Cyber Raider, which basically is here for the equip card pop because of Falling Down. So if Jeex is going to be playing Archfiends, he's going to be playing Falling Down for sure, and this then takes care of it. But obviously, like I said, I don't know if Jeex is on Archfiend, which is why I'm only playing it in the side. Because he could be playing some stuff like Highest and Growl, but I don't think main decking this is for that is good enough. And then we are also running 2 interdimensional matter transporter, and this is here so we can guarantee we get into School Archfiend of Lightning. So maybe if we have like this, something not too great in our hand, like a Deathstroke or something, and then a School Archfiend, we can then still guarantee that we get into the School Archfiend with the matter transporter. So it'll be interesting to see how the episode goes, because like I said, like I think this episode has a lot less power than what we are used to, I guess, or sort of like have seen lately. And it'll be interesting to see whether Jeex is also on Archfiend or playing some good stuff deck or whatever. But I won't blabber on any longer. And I will see you all in the dueling zone. So, see you there. Ladies and lads, welcome back to the Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey. And this time we are diving into Dark Crisis, which to me feels like a bit of a downgrade compared to a lot of the sets that we've had thus far. Or how do you feel about it, Jeex?
I think this set is on par with was it Legacy of Darkness? The one with all the tribes?
I think it was. Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah. That set was also kind of a downer, mostly because of the fact that it was so like balanced outside of Injection Fairy Lily. And I feel like this has a similar issue, but it doesn't have any power cards, so.
Sakura Armor is arguable, but I still see what I guess it feels better because of the context of the set as well. Because if you just think of Injection Fairy Lily and slime it into any of the sets thus far that we played, it's pretty insane. So
yeah, I also don't like the fact that in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, Sakura to armor targets.
Oh yeah,
like it's used to say when an opponent declares an attack, destroy the attacking monster, which would imply that it does not target. But nowadays, because the fact that the rules have been made way clearer, it's obvious that it does in fact target. Now, back in my day, when we didn't have that, it just said destroy the attacking monster. So your opponent had a monster that had targeting protection. So it went like, I'm going to use Sakura to armor on, and then it died.
Yeah.
And then later on, when you start researching things, it became like, oh, it actually targets.
Old Yu-Gi-Oh! Had wording problems. That's a handshake and a half. But, yeah, I guess we can get right to it. So,
rock.
Good luck. Oh, you even said it. I figured, like, you wouldn't be throwing a rock again, right?
I'm a rock thrower in heart, man.
I respect it. Okay.
So,
yeah, best of luck.
I'm gonna... Come on.
Oh, that's a lot of back row.
And can you show? I'll show you my hand.
Gee,
You probably wanna.
I think I want to discard the Terran Archfiend. Yeah.
That's actually rough.
Yeah, that's definitely not an easy choice.
I think I'm gonna discard. Like, yeah, I think I have to discard the falling down.
Yeah, I would have went for the same thing. I think that's.
And then we draw one card.
Yes, sir.
And then I pass my turn.
Right. I will draw.
Let's call up by the grave again.
I wish I could see what you drew, but unfortunately, no. Now you don't. Okay, so you don't know these two. Okay.
I know Staunch, Ojama, Pandemonium, and Sakura. So.
Yeah, those are the four you know.
Just to confirm.
This is so awkward. Cause like, Cause I don't know, like, does that do really anything? You know, I think we will set.
Oh, this looks very familiar.
But It's so awkward. No, I will just pass on that. Oh, that was good. An exhilarating turn 1 from me, for sure.
Go main phase 1.
Yes, sir.
I summon Shadow Knight Archfiend.
Seems pretty good.
I flip summon DD Warrior Lady.
Also seems pretty good.
You can probably tell where this is going, right?
Yep.
I will attack. 1.5k.
35 is a lot. Oh wait, is this? Oh, it's any battle damage. I for some reason thought it was only when it. So it's 25. Genuinely, DD Warrior Lady is so scary. I'll just blow this now.
Okay. And then we go.
Yeah, I will take the 1,000.
Okay, and then we set 1 card and pass.
No cards in hand, eh?
Come on, Heavy Storm, baby.
That's right, we're going to cheat. Bro, Shadow Knight Archfiend is so big.
Yeah.
What I feel like I am not thinking good today.
Or me either.
I think.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention this earlier, but I'm also recording. Just in case.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's obviously perfectly fine. I think what we will do is we will just set a humble 1 monster and pass on that. Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm gonna have to ask. Do you remember how falling down works again?
How what works?
How falling down works.
I'm
double checking.
I think it's targeting equip. Discard.
Is it?
It just.
Oh, it's a monster. It's just monster. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I take 900 here.
Oh yeah, the gotcha.
Yeah.
So
it's
it's essentially Snatch Steal, but you have to control an Archfiend, and instead of your opponent gaining 1,000 in your standby, you take 800 in their standby.
I think Jojo said this at some point that you can't equip cards to face down cards.
Oh yeah, that's a universal rule on equips. You can't. I checked that I think last time. I can't remember which card it was. Why I checked it, but yeah.
Gagagigo.
Yep.
And considering you didn't set more cards, and considering you haven't played Pandemonium, I would assume that one of those set cards is a card that you drew. No? Staunch, Ojama, Sakura to use one. Yeah, one of those cards is something that you drew.
Yeah.
And then the card that you have face down is also something that you drew, which could imply that you might have more Sakura to armors. So I am kind of spooked.
Yeah, because obviously
is
it is actually this thing, which will die. But now I'm thinking, what do I want to flip?
I think you wanna
probably
try flipping the Shadow Knight Archfiend.
Because the
I can flip it face up after this though. So.
Yeah, you can put it back face up, which is the problem. You know, I will actually do it for the Gagagigo.
No, not my Gagagigo.
But yeah, then it will die. And then I will take 1k. Okay. Nothing on that.
And then I'll pass.
Seems pretty good. Alright, draw standby main. It's so awkward, but I think what we will do is we will normal my own Shadow Knight.
Yes.
And now, do I want to run into a potential Sakuretsu armor?
I
Is
mean,
the
you just gotta roll 3, right? It's 1 in 6, bud.
I mean, I am a gambling man. We know that. And
We do know that.
honestly, I think I do. Let's swing into this.
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
Main 2. Now, the interesting thing here is I'm not actually sure if I want to use my Pandemonium or not. And I actually think I will not do that. I'll just pass.
Okay. I'll take 900. Give me a second. I'm gonna have...
Yep, no worries.
There we go. Let me think. I will activate. I don't think I need to, right?
Unless?
Unless... Donkey? I will activate Gravity X Growl on my Shadow Knight Archfiend.
Yep, seems pretty good.
Yep, seems okay. Yep, possible. And because I don't want you to get to tribute anything, I'm also gonna grab that. We're gonna roll the die.
Oh, yep.
We're gonna roll the die.
So let me roll a 6-sided die, and if this is a 3, the falling down will be destroyed. It would be funny, but it will not happen this time. So he is yours.
Yes. And then I will attack with yours first for 1k.
So that would be, you know, this. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I will take the
And
one.
then 1,250 damage.
Our lovely round numbers. Yeah, I will take the 1250.
12.
And now, this is for my monsters, right? Yeah, monsters your opponent. Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I will set 1 card.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. And then my standby, you take 800.
Oh no, I'm gonna burn.
Draw standby main. That's so awkward. No, yeah, I think. No. Yeah, no, I think this is the correct play. I will just set 1 and I will pass on that, yes. So now pay 1,800. But if you had found Pandemonium earlier, like, I would have been absolute Jesus Christ.
We're gonna go face. I will attack your face down.
With the big one. Ow.
With the big one.
Yeah.
I'm reading. Hard call out.
It is a DD Warrior Lady. And I will elect to banish.
Okay. And then I attack with yours.
Yeah, I'll take the 1,000.
And I will attack with yours. Mine, I mean, my middle one.
Everything is mine now. Yeah.
Everything is not yours.
I will take the 1,000.
And then I will activate Archfiends Roar. I would like to special summon my Terror King Archfiend from the graveyard.
It's destroyed at the end phase of this turn.
And then I would like to go for lethal.
Yep, that'll do it.
Combo gaming.
It is. That was a very good game for you, for sure. So let's
That went
go.
insanely well.
Yeah, let's go game 2. All right, let's try that again. I would like to go first this time.
Why would you do this to me?
I think we have a good enough selection of some nice back row for me to want to do this. And yeah, I think we will do a humble set a T and pass on that.
I'm gonna stand by main. I would like to summon Shadow Knight Archfiend.
Oh, our
to
everybody's favorite. And it is Battle Footballer. So take your 100.
And then I'm gonna set one and pass.
Yep. Oh, I will draw a stand by main.
Did you draw it?
Interesting. Huh. That is quite interesting indeed. I actually think what I'll end up doing is I will normal summon my own Shadow Knight Archfiend.
Yes.
And I would actually like to attempt to crash our Shadow Knights.
I activate the old reliable.
And I throw the older, even older reliable.
False champ.
And
I'm
it's
sorry to
not
say.
a 3. Yeah. Shadow Knight to the grave. Let's go main 2. And I will... I will just pass on that, actually.
Okay, I will. I would like to tribute summon Skull Archfiend of Lightning.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to pay 900 by the way. So
Oh yeah, that's obviously. No, what happened
that's
there?
acceptable.
Yep.
Okay, then I will activate drag down into the grave.
Oh, this is interesting, actually.
I would reveal my hand to you. Do you want to take something? Or what will you take? Will you take the Archfiend or will you take the Cyber Raider? The one-off Cyber Raider. Important.
Huh.
It specifically exists to pop Jarl or the Falling Downs.
Yeah.
The fact that it's kind of useful.
It is a very good one, and I actually think in this position I will elect to take the Cyber Raider.
Okay.
And I feel like I have a hunch what you would like to take from my hand.
I feel like I don't like that card.
Yeah, that is a weird choice.
And then I both draw a card.
Let's do that.
Then I attack. And so I got its armor.
Are you a betting man, Jeex?
I
It's a
have
50-50
chance. 1, 2, 3, and 6. 1 and 3 and 6.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yep,
Sometimes
it is dead.
you lose games.
That is how it
Sometimes.
goes.
Sometimes you hit Diamond 4 by abusing the most broken character in the game.
And sometimes you draw falling down.
Damn. Let's roll a die.
Let's roll a die.
One,
Oh,
two.
bro,
Damn.
that is miserable.
Damn, I can't believe how good I'm playing today, dude.
Actually,
I feel like I'm way more handsome today than usual too.
definitely, I can vouch for that for sure. Man, I mean it is a 50, but that's still pretty devastating.
That is like you lost the coin flip twice. That's a 25% chance. So. And it's also not even like there's nothing else to it. It's just a 50% chance here. If it was an actual like die, then there's an argument to be made that there's a specific way you can throw it, that you have better chances of throwing 1, 3, or 6. Because it's just RNG here.
Yeah, this is very awkward, but I definitely need to dig, so let's do this. I will elect to choose from my hand this Deathrook Archfiend, which you will choose. And I would like to take the Shadow Knight.
Okay, and then we both draw.
And please give me something. That is not something. Go.
I draw. I play the Archfiend Soldier. I think this is a big boy.
It is a Terror King.
DD Warrior. Okay. And then I will attack directly.
I will take the 19.
And then I pass. I forgot to pay 500.
The big 500. Oh, you are.
I can't believe this thing is cheaper than fucking Shadow Knight, dude.
Yeah, I don't know why it's that way. Like, you would expect it to be 1,000, but I guess you do tribute for it, so.
I mean, it's like 1 tribute for the strongest attacking monster with targeting protection.
Yeah, like it's just a straight up, obviously, upgrade over Sound Skull, which is pretty good. I
sure,
think
500 left points is kind of relevant, but you know.
Yeah, I think I need to stem the bleeding, so I will actually just throw out my second Terror King and swing at this for 100.
Oh, you can't do that.
Oh, can I not?
You cannot.
Oh yeah,
summon Terror
gotcha.
King unless you have
is...
an Archfiend in hand.
Yeah, my bad. I am not reading my cards.
That's sad. Because
So...
Terror King is like, well, I'd say he's spooky as shit, but that effect made me go like, I don't really want to have 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
I think I do have 3 of them though.
Yeah, that's a big oversight on my part.
You can still set them though. That's important.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't say anything about earlier.
Setting 2 Terror Kings in a row feels very bad.
I'm inclined to agree.
I think what I have to do is set this thing and pass it back.
Stand by,
Big
man.
500. We will win with burn. With me having 1 card in my hand and you having 4. I feel like this will be another really fast episode.
Kagagigo, I'll attack this. Just in case it's a 2k wall.
It happens to be another of that. Yeah. 850 and
Gores.
This is where I drop the Gores, yes.
Yeah.
And now,
your turn.
draw for game.
Draw for game.
What a great episode.
That was
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, I had Tsukiyomi and Archfiend, but yeah.
Go again.
I say let's at least play a game 3, because.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, you know, screw this. I think I have my.
Oh, your other.
My other. Give me like.
Oh.
I will pause the recording for just a second. I'll just throw, because I think I had 37 cards in it, so just a second for that. Okay, yeah, and I was talking about like one really big oversight during siding that I don't know how I forgot, but I did not play a single Archfiend's Roar. That was the card that I forgot.
And that was a really good card too, because it lets you push for game so hard.
Yeah.
No! How could he have known?
No idea. But yeah, so I had, because I initially had a build for this episode that I was going for, and then scrapped it because I just couldn't just get 40 cards together. But I figured since that was so fast, I would just take it for a spin, because we don't need another 2-hour episode for sure, but I figured that was way too short, and I just wanted to play more, I'll be honest. So, what we will do here is... That's actually interesting. No, we'll just do a T set again and pass on that.
Okay. Stand by main. I summon Archfiend Soldier.
Yep.
And I attack your 2k wall.
Yep.
Yeah, I take 100 damage.
A level 1 that has 2k defenses.
Yeah, well, that's not that uncommon nowadays. So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I set 1 card and I pass.
Yep. I will start my turn. I will go standby main. Back row is scary. But I would like to tribute my DD trainer for Skull Archfiend of Lightning.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And that's actually interesting.
I'm gonna show you what it means to be a gambling man.
Yeah, let's run into the Sakura and see what happens this time. So
big money, no whammies.
1, 3, 6. Okay. I would have been really salty if my stuff died. So what? That's 600. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like, honestly, these are both good, but I still kind of want the incel. So I will actually elect to drag down into a grave. This is what I have.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna discard the. Wait, actually, it doesn't really matter here, does it? I guess the Tsukuyomi is gonna deal with that, but.
Okay, DD Warrior Lady doesn't target falling down targets. But so in the case where I lose against falling down, it's huge. But as we've established, you know, gambling is fun. Don't do gambling, kids, but gambling card games is fun. Reflect Binders, yeah.
Yeah.
I will toss the Warrior Lady since that's a guaranteed out. And the other is a 50-50, so I will elect to go for that. And then let's draw. And I think I will just pass on that.
I'm gonna play another one, is what I was expecting, I'll be honest. I'm gonna play Falling Down.
Yep, let's gamble. 1, 3, 6.
Big money, no money, speaking of money.
Oh, it's weird.
Gaming!
Oh, and now this is where I take half my life.
I'm gonna summon Archfiend Soldier. I'm gonna activate Drag Down into the Grave, and I'm gonna reveal to you the shit that you just saw.
Yeah.
And you're probably gonna discard the Sasuke Samurai.
Yeah, I would like to discard the Sasuke. Yeah. Do you want Tsukuyomi or do you want this brand new DD trainer?
Ooh, I think the Tsukuyomi is actually kind of a problem. Tsukuyomi.
Yep, it's gone.
Then I draw 1 card.
Draw.
And I'll set 1 card, and I will attack your face with Archfiend Soldier first.
Yep, that is 19. Yeah. And then this is pretty funny, since, funny enough, that Archfiend was tribute summoned. And this card does not target.
Ooh. That's big. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you take 2,000 damage. Oh, right, sorry, so 1,000. Yeah. 1,000. Yeah, I thought it was 1,000 for each, but yeah. My bad on that.
And I'll pass the turn to you.
That definitely saved my bacon there. Draw some main.
Kind of scary.
It is a pretty funny card and very good in that scenario. I'm very happy that it's just tributes, but yeah, I would like to just T-pose again.
I will summon Gagankigo.
Yep.
I would like to attack.
You wouldn't know what it is.
Activate final attack orders.
Yep.
It responds in damage step to this. That will be turned into attack position now.
Yep.
And I will kill it.
Yep. I will take 1750.
750, baby! And it's your turn.
And now this is why the deck was not played, because now I will set a pass.
Oh boy. Oh hey, I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move.
Oh, I hate it here.
And I will attack.
It's what I would say if I didn't have another blast held by tribute, baby.
I got outskilled twice.
Yep.
What can I say? I should have played around it. I didn't think you would play more than one of that, I'll be honest. Like I play 1 or 2 Skull Archfiends.
But now this fucking final attack orders.
I mean, it only affects you if you're face up, right? So That's why you gotta get flipped face up.
But if you swing into anything with anything, it's gonna get flipped face up.
Yee.
I will normal summon my DD trainer. And I will swing face for 100 damage.
Based. This is what the children call based.
Yeah, this is what the cool kids would call a pro gamer move, and I will pass.
Stand
Now, please, no monster. I hate it here. I will elect to bounce my DD until the end phase. Would you like to redeclare?
I will redeclare.
Yeah, so I will take 1,000 to the face.
And then go in face. It's your turn.
Yeah, and my DD returns.
And then you're gonna sack it for Skull Archfiend?
And then I'm gonna sack it for a Vampire Lord.
That's not... Don't play that card. That's so bad.
Hey, don't worry about it.
It's so bad, dude.
Anyways, I would like to crash these, and then it will be gone forever because it's only by card effect. Okay, in my defense, when I was making this, I didn't read, because I never read. I didn't read the card, and I thought it was whenever it gets sent to the grave by any means. So, you know, that's my
I'm sorry.
reason for it. Anyways, 1,000 needles, go.
Anyways, set one pass.
Why didn't you swing it at 1,000 needles?
You can't. Like, you cannot be normal summoned or flip summoned unless you control an Archfiend monster.
Oh,
come on, man.
I mean, I guess I could give you a potential Archfiend monster to control.
Ooh, that's pretty nasty.
Anyways, let's attempt Sakuretsu number 2.
Flip and go to attack, and I take 500.
Yep, and pass. Damn, but, you know, getting Skull Archfiends on the field really makes you feel very skilled. Just as skilled as throwing 6 on this die roll.
I mean...
Alright, I will say you haven't lost a die roll, and I personally only won 1, so that's what I'm gonna complain about this time.
I'm gonna activate Ojama Trio.
Yo, and I'm gonna go side for the next game. Oh, yeah. GG's. Let's.
I had another one in hand, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure you did. All right, so my monster reborn is now you're falling down. That's what we're doing.
God,
Yeah.
I hope falling down actually works the way that I'm thinking it does, because everything in my body and every single aspect of a card game would imply that it does.
I'm assuming so. I think that's the logical way, so I don't see any harm in going with that. But yeah, let's try again. All right, let's see if I can get a game. I will say I'm not feeling very confident, but I will not give up. I will give up. Stand by main. I hate it.
This hand is just a piece of work, man.
I will set and I will set and. Bro, I've been T-posing the whole match, huh? Both of these matches, actually. Go.
I'll go stand by main. I will summon Archfiend Soldier. I will attack your face down.
Which is a battle footballer.
I will take 2,000 damage. Then I will activate falling down on that, because I do not want you to get access to, you know, let's call Archfiend.
This is really awkward, but I will actually interdimensional mana transporter in response.
Hell yeah. Okay, that's fine.
So it is gone till the end phase.
I will set 2 cards, and I will activate Dragged into the Grave. I will discard my Shadow Knight Archfiend.
I would have hoped you didn't have that. This is what I'm working with.
I don't like that. That's bad.
Bro, I swear, that card's been glued to your head, man, and it's making me sad. Anyways, I will draw.
It's your turn.
Yeah. I will draw.
You want to use your drag down into the grave?
It's so awkward. It's like, it's so beyond awkward. Genuinely, I will actually, yeah. I will, no, because it's, yeah, okay. I will normal reflect bounder.
Okay.
Then I will equip it with Grarl.
Okay.
Big one of Grarl. Then I... What's the punish if you draw it though? It's... Because if you have Saku, I lose. If I don't swing in, then you have Archfiend, I lose. I want to see what you're working with. So we'll both just discard our hands. I'm discarding the Battle Footballer.
I will discard the Archfiend Soldier.
Alright, and then we'll
I
both draw
a card.
And now, am I more worried that you got Saku in your basically second hand, or that you'll draw Skull Archfiend in the first 9 cards? That's the weird question here. I guess this will die anyway if you swing into this and you don't get Skull Archfiend though, but you can get something else. Honestly, if I get blown out by Saku here, then I think it's just a poetic episode. I will elect to swing for 300. Thank God. And the awkward thing here is now you're not affected by final attack orders if you don't want to be, but at least that thing should be safe for now. I mean, obviously it'll die if you swing into it with anything, but
yeah,
it'll do some damage.
I just read that. I'm like, I'm gonna swing into this.
This is after damage calculation, right? Yeah. So
yeah, I'm gonna.
Do you want to banish or just...
At the start of the damage step, yours happens first. So you inflict damage to me.
Yeah, you take the 1500 and then you decide
then
whether to banish or...
we'll banish because then I won't take
the damage
as well.
Yeah, and this thing goes.
Then I will set a card and I will pass.
Alright, we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Trust them by main. I will normal another reflect bounder. And
yeah.
I will go to swing for 17.
Okay. I'm just double checking on the falling down situation.
Oh, gotcha, yeah. And I'll pass it back to you. I will reveal, like, this deck is not playing any Archfiends apart from the tributes, so...
I will activate drag down into the grave.
Yep.
I will discard my Turking Archfiend. I will draw a card.
My Tsukiyomi is gone, and I will draw.
Okay, I will set 1 card and I'll pass.
Right, draw standby main. Now, it could be Sakuretsu, but who am I to not put you on gotta have it? 17.
Who am I to disagree?
That is true.
Yeah. That's acceptable.
Reflect Bounder beatdown, baby, and then I will set 1 back row and pass it back.
I would like to
not see a monster. Agree.
Activate final attack orders.
Yep. So Battle Footballer goes to attack.
I would like to activate Ojama Trio.
Yep. So I get 3 tokens. Give me
Whoops. I would like to activate
and
Archfiend's Roar.
And these are in attack. Yep.
I would like to special summon Terror King Archfiend.
Yep.
I would like to activate Falling Down on your Battle Footballer.
Oh, the Footballer. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep. You can have him.
I will attack your Reflect Bound.
Yep. So you will take 1,000.
And I take 1,000.
And then it takes 700.
And I take
and
a
then
700.
it is gone.
This dies, and then that will die in the end phase.
Yep.
And this pops, and then I will attack this thing.
And then, are you a gambling man?
I am indeed.
2 or a 5.
I'm too good at this game, man.
I fucking hate this game.
And that will be 2,000 damage, and then you take another 300.
Yeah, 23.
Geometry effect. 23,000
So this one
damage.
gone.
Then it's your turn.
Why did you destroy Turkey?
Because it destroys itself at the end of turn.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot that. You know, that's why I didn't include it. I personally just thought the card is ass. Anyways, I did find a monster.
No.
We got a game, boys! Let's go! Yeah, let's go, game.
God, I was banking so hard that I can clear your field and I can stabilize with just like one Terror King.
Yeah.
Not Terror King, one Shadow Knight.
Fair, but yeah. Luckily, I'm playing a lot of monsters here, so we managed to find one. Anyway, I'm happy we got a game 3. Right, and set to game 3.
I'm going first.
What a surprise!
Can't believe it.
Good luck.
Insane. Good luck. I'm gonna summon Shadow Knight and it's your turn.
Alright. Interesting. And draw step on main. I don't like that. I'll be honest. I didn't whack, personally.
I do not agree with that. You want to play your drag down into the grave real quick so you can look at my hand?
I think I can rather just set, you know, a couple and...
Okay, I see how it is. Dude, I fucking swear, if I'm gonna summon this next card and you pop 2 Sakuretsus in this one turn, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. Like, holy... Oh yeah, I'm taking 900 by the way.
Oh yeah, sure.
2K? 2K?
I'd like to pop Sakuretsu on the Shadow Knight.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't you want to roll?
I
if this is a 3, if this is a 3, I'm just leaving. I'm
Woo! You good? You good? I'm sorry to say, guys, sometimes I even impress myself.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
I
don't think I've lost a single die roll.
Okay,
on my
bro.
side.
Getting a lot of Monster Reborns is one thing. Hitting every single dice roll? Nah, fuck that.
That's kind of bullshit.
Bro, fuck you. I will elect to banish our thingies.
Okay.
Actually, do I? Bro, you know what? Fuck you, actually. Change of plans here. Get that shit back. I will. I am not. Fuck this shit. I'm bouncing my own shit.
Oh my god.
Fuck
okay,
this
I'll
shit,
redeclare. I'll redeclare.
Yeah, I will take 3k.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this game sometimes.
I set a card and I'll pass.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude.
And that comes back and fuck you, and fuck you.
This guy?
Yes. If that's Sakuretsu and my thing dies, I'm actually gone.
No, don't worry.
Anyways, big 500, and I will just set a pass.
Okay, I go stand by.
I can't fucking believe that, man. That's so bullshit.
I'm gonna activate falling down.
Yes. Would you like to throw?
50%?
Fucking
Would you
take
like
my
to
thingy?
roll?
Thank God.
Maybe
dude.
he's too good.
Bro,
You're too good.
I would have fucking lost it.
I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this. Are you a gambling man?
I am not a gambling man. Die.
No.
And that's even day control. Bro, this card is so sick. Bro, thank God for Blast Held by Tribute. That's been like literally all of my shit.
Oh, I forgot to set this thing.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Anyways, Reflect Bounder.
Okay.
Battle phase 17.
Yeah.
Okay, no Sakuretsu. Interesting. You go. Oh, and I forgot to take the 500. I apologize for that.
That's GG.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. What a great game, bro. I fucking.
I mean, I got outclassed.
Yeah, honestly, I think, you know, just like with when we played Jinzo format or Summon Skull format, I think like these formats are really fucking skilled where you have one like insane tribute summon. And
yeah, I think tribute summons are a mistake.
At the beginning, for sure. Anyways, where is my one-off? Where is it? One-off Kaiser Glider.
A part of me is thinking I should have probably never have swung, and I should have just sat on the Skull Archfiend, because then you have to have agency. Because I'm the beatdown. I'm leading your life points at that point if I just keep it on the field.
Yeah, Blast held by Tribute is only for...
Yeah.
But if it makes you feel any better, this was in my hand the whole time.
Oh, guess what?
Ooh, spicy.
Ooh. That negates it.
Yeah. What would I have drawn? I drew into Drakdown, then Tsukiyomi, then I would have got Skill Drain, whoops, and then I shuffled for no fucking reason.
My top 5 is this.
Ooh, yeah, Daily Warrior Lady is pretty good. Pretty good.
We got one match each. That was a good set. That was a good
set.
Yeah,
you got the real one though, for sure. Gotta remember that. But I'm happy I got some. Oh, and the best part, once again, the best part, we got a good clip. Because, bro, landing that 3, that was fucking bullshit, man.
That was...
I hate it here.
Haven't popped up that hard in a while, man.
I'm gonna have to watch that back. It's like my ass, like I legit, I just put down my headset and I had to take a lap. I was like, bro, nah.
My God, I was legitimately confused for a second. We didn't say anything. I thought you actually just shut off everything.
Yeah, Alt F4, shut off the PC, just put on a jacket, just went for. I just started walking outside. It's just, bro, I need to go.
Yeah, that would have been fucking great though. That's a good clip. Can't believe we keep getting clips, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's
finally.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Content. The content machine cannot be stopped.
And yeah, like overall, honestly, this was more fun than I initially thought.
Yeah, I feel like...
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like I did not expect there to be anything enjoyable in this set, especially because I don't like Archfiends. I think Archfiends are like dog shit as an archetype. The only good card that they have is like fucking Skull Archfiend of Lightning or Summon Skull. And then Archfiend Soldier is relatively good too, but no. I've never thought I'd have to play Archfiends. So having to play Archfiends, it's kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess in the end, because it was like, hey, my initial build was this, which was just like a bunch of good stuff. And then I was like, nah, this is boring. Let me just... Archfiends are still an archetype. I think archetypes are cool, so let's just go for that. Then I ended up playing that. You fucking washed me. Then I swapped to this, so then it was a good stuff versus Archfiend, and then the Archfiend deck lost, so... Were Archfiends actually good? I guess we'll never know. But result-based thinking, obviously, Archfiend, not the choice.
True. Based off of the fact that Archfiends lost, and then Archfiends lost again,
yeah,
it clearly indicates that Archfiends are bad.
Yeah, I think that is true. But bro, MVP of the second match, Blast held by Tribute. Holy shit.
I was thinking of playing that, but then I went like, no, we're only gonna have like one Skull Archfiend per game. It's not going to be relevant. It's more likely I'm going to be able to play Sacred Armors, and Skill Drain combined with Sacred Armor is going to be stronger than that. And then I fucking didn't draw a single one of my Skill Drains, dude.
I wasn't even... I think I might have been side decking Skill Drain in the other. Oh, I was considering playing that card, but I ended up not playing it at all. Like different
I
dimension
play
gate.
one of this simply because the fact that it's like, oh, I have to deal with something. Oh, I'll use this.
Yeah,
Because like this thing sucks ass.
it
Does
does.
a lot of damage. Like swinging into it hurts a lot.
Like,
So dealing with it with anything.
and like now with hindsight, knowing like how much burn damage there's actually going back and forth with the maintenance cost, like different dimension gates actually would be pretty good, because even chances of using it, like when you're just pushing advantage, you have two monsters, your opponent has one, you bounce it, you swing for the turn, and then just give it back to them. Then that's actually a pretty good one. But
Oh
yeah,
no. Different dimension gate entirely like removes the card until this card leaves the field.
yeah. Oh wait, I forgot. Yeah, we don't have fucking spell trap removal.
Yeah, which makes it like you just pop it and it's a perma remove.
Yeah. Okay. In my defense, I made this deck. It was early, like morning, because I was like, oh shit, yeah, I haven't made the deck yet, but I had my days reading of stuff still to do, so or days at that point, it was the evening. I did that, and then I made this. So when I got to a different dimension gate, I was just like, okay, so it's good, but it's only temporary. But then at the same time, when I'm thinking of all the background, I'm like, yeah, this is insane, because obviously it can't be popped because we have no back row popping. I don't know why I blanked on one card, and then, I mean, hell, probably the same reason why I didn't run the Archfiend archetype's own Monster Reborn in an Archfiend deck. That's probably the same reason. But yeah, no, like, my deck building for this episode was definitely really bad. But I think I'll play 2 Blast Help by Attribute in the Archfiend deck, and this one I was just straight up main decking 3. I was just like, I mean, this one is different because like this was like, I still had Final Countdown. I didn't have the Exodia pieces anymore, but I was like, if I can like just stall long enough, maybe. And the one thing that my walls, because when I initially was building it, I completely forgot about the final existing final attack orders, and the reason why I switched in the first place and figured like Archfiends would be better anyway was when I got to it and was like, yeah, this completely screws up the other deck. But yeah, I got that. It was just like, you know, I lost my train of thought now. This is great. I am being very coherent today.
You're making.
I'm making a lot of sense as well. But
so I just reread 1,000 Needles, and this kangaroo destroys the monster during the attack, whereas 1,000 Needles destroys it at the end of the damage.
Yeah. So Dust Kangaroo doesn't get destroyed itself, and 1,000 Needles does get so. Yeah, Dust Kangaroo is definitely better than. Yeah, so next time is Invasion of Chaos, huh?
That'll be exciting.
It will. It's now we were discussing it before this, but it's actually really interesting, like how much good stuff there is apart from the chaos stuff as well in the set. And I mean, I still probably will want to play some variation of chaos anyway, because Envoy of the Beginning is one of my favorite cards in this whole entire card game, like of all time. I just think he's so cool. He was one of the earliest actual good cards that I actually owned in real life, so also a special place in my heart because of that. And I also do think the art is very cool on that, so
understandable.
But yeah, we will have to see like what we'll actually end up playing. But definitely I think compared to the power level, this set and that set, it's gonna be completely different. But I'm just happy these games were at least enjoyable. I definitely like I already said, like I definitely didn't expect much from this set, but I'm happy we actually got some good games. Although the first set was a blowout, but you know, that happens sometimes.
Yeah, I know how that feels. Don't worry.
Yeah, just you wait till we get Monster Reborn back. But now I'm fucking terrified of any set with any sort of dice flip. I'm just like, bro, dice jar? Thank God you didn't play that shit. That would have been.
Was it in this set or was it in the previous?
I think it was last time, right? I think it was a Magician's Force or the set before that. It was like one of the like past couple episodes that we did. I think
I have zero expectations of ever winning dice rolls, so
yeah, bro, don't give me a 3, man. Okay, I'm decided. 3 is my least favorite number from now on.
Don't worry, I got you.
God damn it. But it did make for a great moment, so.
It did. It
That
made
is
it for
great.
an extremely good moment.
Yeah, definitely like one of the more, I'm not gonna say fun, more funnier moments in the series thus far. Not fun.
Amusing.
It was not fun. It was miserable, awful, and hopefully it never happens again. But yeah, I don't know. This was still a very fun episode. I've said this so many times. Okay, I think.
Let's probably call it that.
Yeah, I think there is a good spot to call it. Thank you so much for watching as always, and hopefully we'll see you next time for Invasion of Chaos when we're gonna be playing some, not Archfiends, that's for sure, something a little bit better, but it'll be interesting to see what we actually end up playing, because there are, like we said, a lot of good cards. But now I will stop repeating myself. Jeex, send us off.
See you next week. Bye bye.
That's it. Bye.